Perfect. Okay, everybody, I want to thank you to coming to the Monday night update call and everything. This is going to be a little different. We're not going to be sitting here going through a PowerPoint presentation and everything else. Most people are on here, have been here, they've heard that. They kind of like to hear some stuff new. And that's exactly what we want to give you, some stuff new, because this is being recorded. And I would ask everybody on here that has been building big teams, I know John has and everyone else, to get this sent out to everybody you know. If it's Jeff, get it out to your 1,200 plus people. John, get it out to your couple million people. and let's start making this happen here. So what I want to first do is kind of cover some of the things that have happened, some of the fixes there, what's been going on, and go from there. So let me address the commissions on the pre-bid packages that are happening. We've had some folks that have seen them come in, and we had some folks that didn't see it come in. And so we started digging through it, and there was a set of conditions that our programmers had put out there, meaning that you needed to have a bid package, you needed to have KYC, you needed to have a wallet. That's kind of an important thing, have a wallet. And how do you get the money if you don't have a wallet? And so as we're going through this, we've got people saying, well, I don't see it in my back end, I don't see it going to this. And we would have to kind of like go through the process and find out what was happening. And we had this big list of pending commissions for everybody. So I've asked the folks, I said, look, you guys are doing a great job building this whole platform, but I need to have a button. So as I'm talking to somebody and we see something held up, we need to be able to push it through. And so they did, they gave that to me, and as luck would have it, I was joking, I said, guys, you need to program this in such a way, realizing that I'm not as young as I used to be, and I might not see and recognize things the way you think I should. And I think we must have went half a day until through the language barriers and everything else that there's this little bitty check mark on the side once I highlight it. And I hit that and it goes through. I thought, this is great. Now we got the problem solved. So we got a lot of them taken care of, but then I did a few and it wouldn't go through. And I was like, going, okay, what's happening there? Well, it was impossible because they didn't even have a wallet. So they've got to get the KYC and get that done. So if you've got some team members, to get them in there and make sure they've got a wallet. If they have a problem with getting a wallet, let us know. It's really a simple process, even though I know we've kind of made it a little difficult there, and get that done. Second thing they got to do is they got to get some money in the wallet. And that brings up another challenge there, because if there's no money in the wallet, you can't buy bids. So we've had a lot of folks saying, hey, I've been clicking on the purchase bids, but I can't purchase anything. And the first thing was, do you have a wallet? And if they go, yes, I go, great. Have you put any money in the wallet? Well, how do I do that? So we knew the first one was an issue because there was no money in the wallet. So we went through how to get the money in. So then we've had some folks, they say, well, I ACH'd it and it's not showing up. And you're right. It should have been there right away. And it should have been, so it should have been there right away. And you should be able to see it. Here is the problem. The company that we're utilizing right now has several network marketing companies that they provide wallet services for, and just like they're doing for us on our NFT ProPay. It's a white label branded solution, and they've been around for quite some time and done a very good job with it. Well, here is the problem. There's been a rash of people that are joining 2, 3, 4, 5 different programs, trying to see which one's going to work for them. So, like, here's $50 here, here's $100 there. Well, the problem is that some of these folks, when they go to sign up for a wallet, it's saying, hey, you already have one with it, because they had it with a different company. So they're having to go in there and get that adjusted, whatever. So they go and they use the ACH deal. And lo and behold, they go, oops, I see another shiny thing I want to go after. I'm going to pull it out of that and I'm going to go back there. So they go to the bank and they want to challenge the ACH. Well, the company that they utilize, which is Square, is going, we're getting way too many of these requests that they want to unwind their ACH deal. So they had to kind of like say, we have to put a 3-day hold on before we deliver anything once that happens. So all that's happened is there's been some people out there that have tried some really creative things, and they have caused everybody to have to kind of go through this process. And I'm sorry for that. I wish there was a better way, but there's not. And of course, there's other little things that have hit everybody. So they want to know, how they get all this done. So when you do the ACH, you need to make sure that you are, in fact, getting this done correctly. You're not going back and trying to challenge it or something like that. And because all it's going to do is affect you in your position here. It's going to affect you with the wallet. It's just not going to work out well for you. So if you've gotten in, you don't want to be in, let us know. We'll work it out for you and help you out. But don't go that direction. It just makes it tough on everybody. It creates a lot of work and a lot of frustration and so forth. And there's been some other things too that you needed to know about the wallet and situation and everything. But we do have Erwin on here, and he's going to speak to some of this stuff here in a minute. I just saw him on there. And before I go any further, let me let Erwin speak to everything about the wallet, and then I'm going to come back on and cover some other things that are extremely positive right now. So Erwin, can you hear me, buddy?
Yeah, hi guys.
Great.
Robert,
So I'm gonna good. So for everybody who doesn't know, Erwin, he is the brains behind the wallet over there at Olapay. And he is a guy that a lot of y'all have talked to and thought he had a insurmountable problem, and he has seemed to make it very simple and very easy. And he knows the stuff. So I'm gonna let him kind of go through and explain some of that, and then I'll take it back after he's done. So Erwin, it's all yours, buddy.
Yeah, hey, hi everyone. Yeah, definitely. Any questions you may have let's start off with that. Any questions you may have about the wallet system, you can reach out to me directly if you like, Telegram. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So for most of you, you guys are familiar with the NFT paper wallet. That's the wallet system, but eventually that's going to be integrated with the NFT rewards. It's going to be in that platform, so that eventually everyone's going to be managing your wallet system in that platform, so you don't have to go to 2 different sites for the time being. Yeah, I encourage people to just continue using the NFT paper wallet until the development group for the NFT rewards finish the integration. I think it will be much easier that way. The methods, like Robert was saying, unfortunately, Square changed the policy on us, and they can do that anytime they want. Really, it's just the nature of the beast. Sometimes they don't even tell us that they do an update, and then our team has to basically make adjustment on a technical side. So right now, as Robert was saying, it's going to be, even though you're going to see that there's a debit in your account, the ACH processor, Square, is going to hold on to it. They're not going to release it to our bank account. So even though you see a debit, our bank account will not receive it until they release it. And the way our system works is once it releases in our bank account, then it automatically credits your account. Now, perhaps what we can do is, if you see that there's a debit in your statement, take a snapshot of the statement and then upload on the proof of deposit. And then if we can validate that with the Square transaction report, and we see that spending, then we can approve it much faster. If you don't want to wait about longer, but you do have to provide a valid proof of deposit, from your bank statement, so that our accounting department can validate it. USDT, that's another deposit option that we do have available for you guys. The only thing about USDT is, and Bitcoin really, is, again, you have to provide the transaction ID, the hash. That's very important. That's the receipt that you get from blockchain for those transactions. Take a picture of it, Now, if you're using it in the NFT PayPal wallet, you can type in or you can paste the TXID. You don't have to upload a picture because sometimes it's much easier because on the external wallet side, they have an icon where you can just copy. You can click and copy and then paste that on the section in the wallet where you can, when you send the our support, our admin support message. And that's much easier because I know sometimes it takes additional steps for you to have to take a picture and then upload the picture, and sometimes the picture may not be in the right format, and that's why our admin have to reply back and say, please re-upload a more legible picture, and then you can go back and forth with that. Just make sure when you do upload a picture, it's legible and the transaction ID is clear. The wire is available, but that takes about 48 hours to clear our bank account. The wire is basically we provide you the banking information, the settlement bank information. And then you go to your bank, whether it's online or brick and mortar, you go to the teller and you basically wire the money. You have them transfer the money to our bank account. And once our bank account, once it clears our bank account, then our accounting department will basically approve it. But again, you have to provide us the proof of deposit, a transaction from your bank, so that our accounting department can validate it. Robert, I'm not sure if you mentioned about the credit card. I know that your team is working on getting that implemented, so that's going to be huge. Meanwhile, does anybody have any questions?
Well, let me go ahead and speak to that. So yes, the credit card module is there and it's been turned over to our development team. And they should be getting that up shortly. We're going to have some additional conversation on that and everything. And Erwin, I want to thank you for coming and letting, kind of clearing up some stuff. And I will tell you, the wire is not a bad way to go too, because if you have a Bank of America account, or if you have a Wells Fargo, started to say Wachovia, but I guess that one's gone, Truist, Citibank, a lot of these give you the ability in your online banking to actually send wires. In fact, I haven't gone into the bank sending any wires in a long time. I can actually log into my back end in our business accounts, and I can set up where it's going and push the wire right through. So, that's kind of an easy way to do it. It's kind of like doing an ACH, except it's doing a wire. And you can take that proof of it right then and actually upload it over there. And like they said, what happens is the first day, depending on the time you do it, they get a pending status. And, we've taken a lot of wires, and I tell people, I go, we see a pending, we can't see who it is, but we can see a pending and an amount. The next day, it actually says, hey, it's cleared. And here's the person, here's all the transaction information, everything else. And so usually it's like one day and we see it. But if it happens later in that day for you, and I think a lot of places cut off, it's 2 o'clock. If you do it after 2 o'clock, then it pushes it to a second day for you that way. So that's why plan on 48 hours just in case of the timing when you do that. But the wires are very simple to make that happen and everything else. But that being said, I had a really good conversation with Erwin today, and he brought up some things. And sometimes when people tell you the truth, it's kind of hard. But he was brutally honest, and he said, "Hey, these guys need to really know what's going on." And I'm like, "Yeah, I've been trying, man, but I'm like a one-handed paper hanger at the moment." And of course, we're trying to get the email working. And so I've already gotten another team on that. We're working with them. I've introduced them together, but there's other things that we need as well right now. And so I had a really good conversation with John Austin. I think a lot of you guys know John. And, John is no stranger to building large teams and building large companies. And I told him what I needed. And John says, well, man, I'm ready here to help you. Anything I need to do. And I said, well, John, I need another programmer that understands the MLM world a little bit, because as good as our guys are, sometimes they don't understand like functionality and the way things lay out and stuff like that, and making it easy to understand, easy to see, being able to go over these things, being able to make some videos that you can watch, kind of interactive and stuff. So John has agreed at my begging to step up and help me with that. And so John is really going to be kind of our new technical guy that's going to be helping push this whole thing forward with us as we move, because it's going to be a monster. I hope you understand that. This is going to be a monster. I've had a lot of folks that I've talked to today. I said, look, how many people have you personally got in? And this might blow you away, but we've got a lot of people here that have put in 100, 200, 300 people. And this one person I was talking to, I think he was like 300 or 400 people. And I said, do me a favor, reach out the way you got them in here, reach out to them and let them know that this is getting ready to happen and that their spot is there only if they make it live, meaning that they've done their KYC and they have funded their wallet. Because we've had some people today tell me, say, I need to buy some bids. And I'm like, well, do you have any money in your wallet? Do I have to? Yep, you do, because that's where it pulls from. It pulls from that wallet. And so because of some of the delays we have right now with the ACH, which is no fault of the platform, it's no fault to you guys, it's just, it's the world we live in right at the moment. Or getting the wires in or whatever, or getting your Bitcoin or getting your USDT over there, you need to be able to get that done. And that's extremely important. We were very glad today to have the ability now, which John's going to have that kind of access to be able to help you guys with that too. We're going to give him that ability in there as well to push a lot of that through and everything. Because remember, John's halfway around the world. So when it's my morning, it's his night, and when it's his morning, it's my night. And we're now in 160 countries. So that's going to be real important. Also, there's some other folks that are bringing up some Discord stuff. They understand it. I don't. But this is going to be something that's going to be very, very important. I guess we're all having to learn right now on what to do and how to make this all happen and stuff. But we really have something very unique and very good. Last but not least, as we move forward, the automation on the PPM, the private placement memorandum, the shares that we've talked about. We have just been like trying to drink from a fire hose you could possibly imagine, because of requests that have come in here. So that being said, we are told, and stands to be safe, we're told that this will be available tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday. I wouldn't count on it until Thursday, to be honest with you. But I believe Thursday you're going to have it ready to go. And in talking with John and other folks, we have hundreds, if not thousands of people waiting for that part to come live, and they're going to jump on it, which means that those shares are going to only last so long. So if you want those, you're going to definitely have to get on it. We've been pushing the stuff out from this side, helping the people. And we've had a lot of people come back around and say, hey, I better get some more right now. And I understand it. But we've also had folks say, I've got friends that are not part of the program and they would like to get shares. And I real quickly told them, I said, we could only sell these shares to people that are part of this program. This was put together as an incentive for you guys, not for us to sell shares. It was put together as an incentive. So if you know somebody that says, I would like to be part of that, that's great. They have to be part of NFT Rewards and they have to be connected to you. So I would give them a link, get them in, and then you can go ahead and make that available to them. Because the only way they're going to be able to get it at that point is going to be in the back end. And the nice thing about that, guys, is that it automates it. It makes it quick for them. The PPM module, we have our own third-party deal like DocuSign, where it'll come to them immediately. All the signatures will happen. They'll get the digital copy. And here's the best part. Once we have received funds, all we have to do is go back there and click funds received on that one. And you know what it does? It generates that digital certificate that is valid and sends it right to them electronically. So that means anybody internationally now can get it quickly. It helps us as far as mailing. In fact, I was telling John that we're spending about $15 for every PPM as far as mail generation of stuff, envelopes, fees on DocuSign, you name it. So it takes a lot of that out of it, but it automates it. It puts it all into a spreadsheet, which is what we need to send to Typhoon once the acquisition starts happening. So it's going to automate this in such a big way for everybody. But, that being said, John is going to be our key person to kind of help us with this. He is actually kind of getting promoted up within the company. And we are very, very grateful to have him doing that. We're going to be introducing him with all the tech teams so that they all know to listen to him. He's going to make sure that all the language on the sites and all the text and all getting updated. So he's going to really help us out greatly like that. And I feel very blessed to have John working with us right now. And I'm glad that you guys all know him and trust him as I do. So that being said, John, would you like to come on and say a few words before we wrap this up? Let's see here. Let me just ask you to unmute here.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, buddy.
Well, thank you for those kind words, and I definitely appreciate you. Folks, I just want you to know that Robert is an amazing individual, and I've worked very closely with him over the past 3 months. I've grown to love and respect him. Not only is he a visionary that's created what I consider to be the capstone of all opportunities that I've ever seen, he also brings with him a history of successes in business, together with a variety of talents and experiences that are needed to bring all of this together, and find the right people and build the platforms that are needed to make this opportunity amazingly successful. I think we're getting very close to having that all done. We're just literally days away from being able to launch now. I would definitely encourage everybody to take advantage of this private placement offering. I just can't tell you. I don't think you can find a broker out there that could give you anywhere near the stock offering that is here. It's going to be, I believe, the greatest stock grab in the history, literally in the history of industry. So, folks, these are things that Robert is making available. He doesn't have to. He's doing it for us. This whole opportunity, really, what I see is Robert's heart. He wants to help everybody. He wants to make this opportunity great for all of us. So thank you again, Robert. And with that, I think we're ready to close.
Yep, we sure are. And listen, John, I want to thanks again. And we're gonna work on some videos and PowerPoints and narratives that we can automate to better explain it, because sometimes people don't understand how this came together, why it's being that way. And I know you're going to help me too on this, because we've had a lot of people saying, do we have a comp plan? Well, we go over that on the PowerPoint, but I think we need something a little quicker, easier, more concise and everything. So I know that you're the guy to help us get that done. So again, guys, I want to thank you for coming on. I know it's being recorded, and I want to give a big shout out to Kristen, because she puts these things on and gets it streamed for us, and we're very grateful to have her here right now. So Erwin, thanks for coming on, everybody, and we'll talk to you guys. I believe our next one is going to be Wednesday evening. We're going to do this about 7 o'clock again. We're going to be in communicate with you guys quite on a regular basis as we go. Keep you updated, and I think probably this next time we're going to spend some time on that back end, making sure that everybody understands every little feature, every little thing about that back end, because we still have people that are asking questions. But y'all can do us a huge favor as you bring people on. Take a few moments and explain it to them too. Once you get to learn it and everything, help us help you by you teaching your people. Okay. So anyway, guys, we're going to let you go. And thanks again, everybody.